right by Waterside. And that's actually Waterside right in there. Part of it, you can only see part of it. They've got a little shopping center and things like that in that area. There's actually an art project that they're working on, or they have been working on. I'll see if I can show that to you in just a minute. All right. Then we'll look at the art project. And what it is, it's horses that you can see right there. And you can walk underneath the horses. It's very cool for a little scene. Very cool idea. It's a Waterside is what it's called. And there are horses on a stick. Did some slow-mo there too. The guy's going jogging. And that's the apartments right next to the art project. Right off of Water Course, which goes into Waterside. That's what they call this little area right here. That really nice Whole Foods. Everyone there is really nice. They got a really good cookie bar. They call it a cookie bar. I didn't even know they had them at Whole Foods. Really good deals on cookies. Oops, that's the back little thing right there. Show where the Whole Foods is. They got a little yogurt land there too, called Yogurt Land. It's all right in there. And Linda worked there for about 2 or 3 days at not Indian, it's a little Greek restaurant. And they kind of ran her off. They were a young crowd. Well, she got kind of, I guess they were just kind of being kind of mean to her a little bit. And so I guess they were a younger crowd. And she just didn't really fit in with it. So she chose to move on. But she was supposed to originally work here at Payway, and she worked at Payway for a little while. They paid her really good. It was good. They're a little like Panda, and I think their Panda's like up to $24 an hour. Payway is the same, but they were moving into Waterside, and that's probably why they hired her for the help of the move. But I don't know, something there was. It just, I don't know. I don't want to get into the details because I don't want to sound like a butthole myself. But Payway was actually paying her a really good salary. They were paying her a pretty good, not salary, but hourly wage. But the managers and things like that, they make well over $25 an hour. There's Trinity. Right there. Trinity River is what they call it. It's all a little walkway too. So the other area that we're going to be approaching in Fort Worth on the other side of, well, pretty much on the Trinity River side, is called ClearFork. It's also called the Shops at ClearFork. They do have a Neiman Marcus. They have an AMC. They've got a lot of restaurants. A little cookie place called Joy, where you can pick up macaron cookies. Very, very tasty. They have these trays that pull out, almost like jewelry trays or something weird, and they're just full of cookies. It's very strange to see them do it, but it's a weird looking cookie tray. I've picked up once there, an order there. And then the really, really popular place here is called Doc's Bees, or Doc Bees or something like that. But they're really good food. They got a little fire pit thing right next to it. We'll be pulling up on ClearFork, the Shops at ClearFork. And they have got also another thing too for possible parking garage scenes. They actually have a parking garage there that's very accessible for, I guess you say, the pedestrian. The way it's set up. So when you park, there's easy access out of the parking garage. There's one of them right there, but that's a medical one. I was talking about the center. So you go in the center of ClearForks. You can park like on the 4th floor, and there's a little walkway. It's very easy to access. It goes right to the sidewalk, and there's like 3 or 4 different ways to get up I think it's 4 or 5 floors. We'll be looking at it in a minute. I might as well just keep it on rather than do another shot. And this is Mutt's right here. If you have a dog, you can take your dog to Mutt's. They got a little patio for your dog and a little walkway, and you can order stuff there. Probably hot dogs and drinks and things like that. Things your dog might like to eat. And it is open, and it's been open for quite a bit of time. They do have a watchful piggy, so we're gonna keep our eyes open. He's usually on, or it looks like there's one, but I don't know if it's, if it is. But let's see. This is like, there's right next to a medical center called Texas Health. Okay. Probably the piggy went to Jason's Deli to get some salad. All right. So this right here is called Pinstripes, and it's AMC, the Kelton, the Plaza, and Neiman Marcus. So it's a lot of stuff. And AMC, sorry, I'll try not to break character. This is actually the shops at ClearFork right here. Sorry. Pinstripes has bowling, so it's mostly like bowling. And then they have AMC Dolby. I was gonna see the Well here, but I don't know. We've had trouble kind of scheduling, budgeting to even really go to see a movie, you know. But we already are very 100% sure Brendan Fraser got the Oscar for that, so we don't have to worry about seeing the other male performances for Best Actor. So we're 100% sure that he got it. So when you get an ovation that goes on for 8 minutes, a standing ovation at a festival, or someone said it was 10 minutes, so I've even heard 20 minutes. And then I think on YouTube it says 6 minutes standing ovation. There's a real good chance that that's a good sign that the Oscar is going to be awarded to, you know, of course, to Brendan Fraser. I don't know. I mean, Darren Aronofsky is also, you know, a complete genius, but it would be an upset if he didn't win. I just, you know, I can't even imagine. I still have, like, up to this day right now, when I'm talking, I don't know the other nominates. I don't know any of the nominees, who's been nominated, or any of the nods, or anything right now. This is the parking garage I was talking about, has easy access for walking. I think it may be film worthy, or at least for like an indie. I know I like using parking garages if I can, because I'm a big fan of the Dustin Hoffman or Robert Redford movie called All the President's Men. Is that what it's called? All the President's Men? All the President's Men. All the President's Men. Yeah, I think that's Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman. Brilliant performances, especially of Hoffman. It's if you're into acting that's absolutely real and very dedicated, see that movie. It's amazing. Hoffman is a genius in that. I don't know if he won a lot of awards for it. I don't know the whole, you know, if they won other awards. You know, I don't think there was any Oscar awards for actors on that one. I'd have to double check, but it certainly is a great performance. It's wonderful to watch. It's about two reporters that bust the whole Watergate thing. So they figure out what's going on with Watergate. You know, they do the interviews. I should know the names of these reporters. They're very famous. But it gets into some serious investigative journalism, and Hoffman's great at playing a journalist. It's really good. And then Robert Redford is actually really good. It's two styles of acting too that's great. The two of them, they handle it and they work wonderful as a team. Really good teamwork in the whole thing. I was going to go to the top, and there's this little satellite right here. Yeah, check out All the President's Men. There's a whole Deep Throat scene, you know, if you know anything about Deep Throat, he was kind of an insider that gave out information to the journalist about Watergate. He had inside information that the journalist could use, and his nickname was known as Deep Throat. because he had a deep voice. That's why they called him that. But he busted Nixon. Nixon almost went to jail over the whole thing. But Richard Nixon actually resigned because of these journalists. And that was commander-in-chief they got, you know, because they found out the truth behind everything that was going on. Very similar to a movie that they call, I don't know if it's called Her something. It's about Harvey Weinstein scandal. It's kind of the same thing, only that's done with females. Okay. I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, obviously this is a very good place to set the camera up. Get a good tripod. At night, various shots. A couple of good things. This is a safety thing right here. It's not too far of a drop. And then you have the skyline. Skyline's great right there. Right below the skyline, you have that. Very Francis Ford Coppola, The Conversation kind of thing. And that could go on right there. If you ever wanted to do some type of, I don't know, film about espionage or spying or something like that, you can probably get I'd say a crane or something right here, maybe even raise it up, and you can see right down in there, which is basically a little foyer. It's not really a foyer, but it's a little, it's almost like a park. It's kind of like a park. A little place where people would go and walk. And this little area right here. This is the 4th floor. And what I mean that's also good is I think they do have an elevator right here, if you're into elevators. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and try that. I haven't tried this elevator yet, but I know they're on the sides. It's a little bit chilly outside. Here we go. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we'll go to the ground floor. We have this. And that's the little park that I'm talking about. I think it's just kind of amazing. You see a little kid playing there. All right, this is like a foyer. No copyrighted music or anything, but we will be going into copyright, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and cut from here. One thing about this place is if you love music, they have those speakers in the grass. And then like the bushes right here. So after the side of fries, that should be 9 items, right? I just love this cookie place right here. It's one of my favorites. Y'all do ice cream and ice cream cookies? Yes. It's great. And that's the whole entire drawer. Oh, y'all have cookie heads. That's pretty crazy. Do y'all do the cookies daily?
Yes.
Man, they look yummy. I'm a big cookie fan. Little TCU cookies right there. That one cookie right there is $2.50. My goodness. But you can get 6-pack for $14.50.
Yes, so you save on one, and the greater it gets, the more you save on it.
24-pack is $52 for 24 cookies. Not a bad deal. When I first look at it, it looks like Joy Division, but it says Joy Macarons. It's a good idea. I really like this little square. I guess it's just more of a square than a park, but I think you could call it a park. It's got these little heaters right here. It's really cool. Made by Bromic. They're not on right now, though. We've got this little thing right here. It's wonderful. And whenever I was shooting earlier, when I was talking about All the President's Men at the top of the parking garage, there's the thing that I was talking about right there. I was shooting right up there, right up that way. Not too far. I mean, it's almost like a set. You could definitely do like Midsummer Night's Dream. Look at this avocado that's cut in half right here. You could do a play here if you got permission. You already have lighting right here. 3 lights right here. They're already fixed. Maybe write an original play and do it right here. And these people can already sit. You'd have to modify a few things. For example, this right here. You'd have to modify this for seating. But once you modified it for seating, you know, you have very little money to spend on the seating, because that's going to be a total of $75 to $100 in one area. Looking here, so it's a found space. I found it, by the way, or to my knowledge, I did. It's definitely a theater space. And then you got music too, if you can access the Bose speakers, which probably wouldn't be hard to do. Definitely Shakespeare could be done here. And any outdoor play, really any play, really, so depending on what you want to do. Shakespeare's always welcome to outdoors. I gotta go back up there and put this toilet paper in a bag. But this is really cool. It's really cool. I like the idea. And even if you really got serious, you could modify this right here for staging, or even for seating. Modify all this back here. You can do it really anywhere, but you can play with the fountains for the midsummers, because the actors could play in the water, especially the ferries, like Oberon and Puck. You could dance around in that. Great photos. Look at the light. But you would have to get permission from ClearFork shops, because even if you were a mime, you'd be closed down pretty quick. Now, if you were, well, I would say you could take a scene here, but I don't think that probably wouldn't work if you wanted to move the audience around. But you could move them to the top of the parking garage. Audiences sometimes will move during production, so you could do like Act 2 on the top for the parking garage. If you'd have to rope off the parking garage, though. It'd be interesting. Look at all this. I didn't notice this either. Probably, maybe you might be able to access a scene to the bottom floor here if you had seating there, but it'd limit the audience size big time if you indoor seating here, and then took another scene out here. Probably want to just keep it all stationary here is what I was looking at.